Hey y'all. I gotta close the doors. We're gonna do things, but I gotta keep people in. Happy Timeout Tuesday. It is so good to see you. It has been a wild couple of days, but specifically a wild day today. And I'm so excited to hang out and so excited that I finally confessed to you. And now we can do a show and tell of baby chicks, and I don't know, maybe come up with some names because I still don't have any names for them. But first, tonight we're gonna fix us a cocktail, and tonight I'm having some coffee, but I'm having some adult coffee. This is everything's backwards. A Stroop waffle caramel flavored liqueur, and it's going directly into my coffee because I'm a grown-up and I can. And today I only got 2 sips of coffee because things got crazy. So tonight, one for good measure, tonight we're having some adult coffee, and we're going to Timeout Tuesday it with some chicken talk, and we're going to talk about someone on Marrow Hill as well. A little bit of exposing Marrow Hill. How about that? Cheers, y'all. Oh, wait. There, I can show my cheers, y'all, to Timeout Tuesday. Thank you for being here. Oh, yeah. That was worth the wait, actually. It was kind of worth missing coffee this morning. There's a hair in my eye. Okay. Oh, somebody's having a Bud Light. Come on, tell me what you're drinking. I know we're all chicken excited. I know we are. But tell me, water, tea, Pepsi, Coke Zero. What's Verner's? What is Verner's? Cherry Coke Zero. I love me some Cherry Coke Zero. Rum and Coke, Kahlua, hot tea. There we go. Cheers, plain coffee, Mountain Dew, iced tea, mango pineapple pie. Yum. Decaf with French vanilla. I probably should be having decaf. Let's hope that the Stroop waffle counteracts Chardonnay. That sounds good too. Ginger ale zero. I like ginger ale zero. All right. Super glad that that's part of us. Okay. I want to show you a clip of Brienne, but she hasn't posted her video yet, so I'm going to be kind. I sent her a text and I was like, when is your video going to post? Because I really want to show you a clip of Brienne from yesterday. So for those that don't know, Brienne from Life on Marrow Hill had to have her wisdom teeth removed yesterday, and I got the honor of being the Uber driver. And let me tell you, it was worth it. It was so incredibly worth it. And I can't wait for you to see her video. I will show you a snippet of the way home, and I'm just going to show you a picture of the way home because I don't want to reveal all the things about Brienne. Hold on. Poor Brienne. Now, I have permission because she posted this picture already, okay? So, Bree had to have her wisdom teeth cut out. And that surgery sucks. And I can laugh about it because I went through similar things on a larger level, and it was freaking miserable, okay? And I had permission to post that picture and to share that part with you. And I am telling a little bit of the story. So it's a 25-minute ride from the office to home. And Brienne had 4 whole days happen in that ride home. Whenever she they rolled her out and she called me to come get her. Like, I was sitting with my car facing the thing or whatever, but they make her call me to come around, pull around to pick her up. So she calls and nothing talks, fine, whatever. I get around to get her and she has her camera in her thing and she's making faces in her camera. And whenever I go around to help her into it, the camera is recording the other way. It's not even recording her. She is recording me instead of her. And she has no idea that that's happening. So I'm cracking up. I get her in the car and I'm like, buckle your seatbelt. And she can't, like, she is not with us at that point in time. So I get her all tucked in. It's all good. And I feel sad for her because I don't think that she's ever had dental work done like that before. Of course, I didn't ask. Maybe she has. But I feel sad because I know that that night and then today they're going to suck. They're going to be bad. So I'm like, do you want me to stop and get you anything? What about your meds? You need anything like this? Between that parking lot and 2 stoplights, Brienne has a whole nother day and looks at me and goes, how did you pick me up? Did they put me in a wheelchair? And I was like, yes, they did, actually. And so that was day number 2 for her. Like day number 1 was get in the car and she couldn't pull it together and she's, videoing me instead of her. And then day number 2 happened at the stoplight and she grabs her phone and goes, I think I should go live. And I was like, 100% you should not go live right now. Should not, do not. So I grab her phone and we get past that point. And at that point, she looks at me and goes, what's in my mouth? It's gauze. It's gauze and you need to keep it there. You should stop talking because the more you move, the more you're going to bleed, right? So I'm getting rid of a spammer. Excuse me for 1 second. Come back here. There we go. So then I take her phone away because she does not need to go live. And I just get a little snip of her. And she's like she just can't figure out why she has no feeling. And then also, just what's going on. So I'm like, just lay your head back and try to get some rest and we'll be fine. And she's texting, I think, Laramie at that point in time. And I have no idea. I'm driving, so I have no idea what's going on, but I'm like, don't buy anything. Don't do anything. Like, just put your head back. And she was just like a kid, like wanting to look around and wanting to look at herself then and realizing what's in her mouth. And I'm like, did they give you an IV? Did they, I'm just trying to make any small talk to make her just relax a little bit in that moment. And before I know it, she looks to the left and looks to the right. And then she's back out again, which was great. It was great. The next time she wakes up, she looks at me and goes, did they get anything out? Like, yes, they did. Yes, they did. They got all 4 out, pretty sure. And I was like, did they give you any instructions on, can you eat? Can you drink? I know you can't drink out of a straw, but is there anything? And she's like, I'm so thirsty. Like, the whole time, on the way there, even she was grouchy because she couldn't drink any water, couldn't do anything like that. And she's like, I'm so thirsty. My throat has blades in it or something like that. I'm like, we'll get you home. And she's like, I can't breathe. This gauze is too much. I'm like, maybe just put it to one side for right now and just stay still. Don't move because if you need it to clot, right? And I'm just trying to get her to stop talking. So we pull in the driveway. And at that moment, all of a sudden, all of the questions are gone. And she is she looks at me and goes, I felt like I was asleep the whole time. And she goes, and when they woke me up, I thought that they were going to, I thought that they hadn't done it yet. She goes, I felt so bad for her because this was wake up number 4 in the day. And at this point in time, she's so confused. And then she gets the giggles because she takes the gauze out of her mouth. And I can't wait for you to see the video from that moment. I will stop talking about it from there. But Brienne is a doer and very busy and used to going all the time and having 2 very young kids that keep her on her toes and all that she takes care of. And when I got her home and I got her inside, I'm like, sit down on the couch, lay down. I'll get you your water. I'll cover you up. I'll do all these things. She just kept getting up. And it was like I had a my own toddler, except for she's a grown ass woman. And I'm like, just sit down. Here's the remote. Turn something on TV or scroll on your phone and shoot. So I got her water, got her a little bit of ice in it so it would cool down. And, I'm like, do you want me to go get you any ice cream or a slushie or anything like that? So you can, even if you put it in your freezer for later. She's like, no, Laramie will be home in an hour or so. Great. Wonderful. Perfect. She gets up again. I'm like, sit down. And like, I didn't want to make her uncomfortable by like sitting there and being like, you sit still and just go back to sleep. But she started to like come to a little bit more. And she goes, wait. I get to have a nap and my kids aren't here and like a real nap. I'm like, yes, hurry up and get there. So it was really awesome. I hope that she posts that video tomorrow morning. I did sneak a little snuggle time with Piggly as I walked back out to my car, but I also had to get back to work. So I didn't have a lot of time. I'm going to have to go over and just have some time with Piggly because she's really stinking cute. I didn't get to see Carter and Cash either, and I miss them dearly. So hoping that Bree feels well enough for me to maybe come visit maybe tomorrow afternoon or Thursday, something like that. But it was quite the experience, and I cannot wait for y'all to see that video. That'll be on Life on Marrow Hill. Bree, for people that don't know, Brienne is technically Lester's niece, but she's a very dear friend of mine, and we're very close. But it was fun. I felt honored to be asked. That's a trusting thing to say. Somebody, to put yourself in someone else's hands when you will be incapacitated. And let me tell you, Bree was definitely incapacitated. And she was a trooper though. And I know that recovery is hard. And the older that we get, and then Bree's very young, but the older that we get, anything to do with your mouth, your jaw, all of that is hard. So, all right. Diana says, I'm very fond of Punk, their family dog. Punk is an amazing dog. So is Feather. Feather is a Great Dane and Punk is a Golden Retriever. And they're both lovely, incredible dogs that are just so loyal. They don't mess with any of the animals and they're so good with the kids. Like they're wonderful. So now today I confess to y'all that I couldn't say no when Crystal at Tractor Supply called and said that chicks were in. And I really tried hard to not engage. And I didn't go until the next day. And whenever I went the next day, it turns out that there were still bantams there. And bantams are my favorite chicks. Bantams were my first chicks ever in my life that I bought from Tractor Supply. And one of them still exists today, which is Nate. Nate was a little bantam that we got at Tractor Supply. And the girl at that time that worked at that Tractor Supply was literally putting them in the box and telling me, this is a special one. This is this, this is this. And I never, ever had a chick in my life, knew that there was a variety of chickens or that they had names or colors. I had no knowledge, none of chickens. So, whenever we got the very first round and I had all these beautiful chicks, I thought that was just normal. You go to Tractor Supply and you buy a variety pack. Well, that turns out to not be the case. And it also turned out that the chickens that I had in the beginning were bantams, which are very small, specialty chicks. So I kind of fell in love with the variety pack, the surprise and what you get. And I wish that I knew what happened to that girl and where, because she was incredibly knowledgeable and could tell by the chicks. Like she knew just by looking at them. And if you look at them now, I don't know what the heck I have. I'm going to pull them out one by one and share with you. And I'm hoping that we can come up with some names tonight. Oh boy, Lester's in the chat. Lester, tell them that you're not mad about the chickens. Tell them what you tell them, because tell them people think that I'm like so awful because I brought chickens into our life, but I'm not. Also, The hatchlings, the ones that we're hatching, have like 4.5 days left, and that is also exciting. I have not candled them since the day we did it, because after I said I should candle them and look a little bit closer, I realized how disruptive that is to the humidity in the incubator, and I want to have a successful hatch, so I stopped messing with it. But that is going to be awesome. Uh-oh. People are laughing at what Lester said. Let me see. I'm going up. I'm scrolling. Lester Marrow, you better be behaving. Oh, he'll go live at 9 o'clock and we'll talk about it then. Okay. Sounds good. I didn't intend to have this many though. That's like, when you have chicks, you expect to lose some, especially ones that have been shipped across the country, which is where Tractor Supply gets theirs. They get them from a hatchery, they're shipped, they hydrate them, and then they put them out for sale a couple hours later. And you don't expect not want to say most of them to live, but you don't expect to have great, like 100% success. And they're high mortality because they're high fertility, all of those things. Same thing with my hatchlings. Even though I think 11 are viable, some may not make it. And I have no idea how many, and it's very volatile and vulnerable in the last couple of days as we go through that. So I have no idea. And these are straight run, which means that we have no idea if they're boys or girls or what they are. And well, all 8 that came from Tractor Supply are living, breathing, healthy chicks, which is awesome. And like I said, who knows what will actually hatch. But I'm in love with bantams, and I'm kind of an addict now. And I hope that Crystal from Tractor Supply does not send me another message that says, we have more bantams in. I hope that I've like fulfilled she's like, okay, we got Jamie taken care of. And Crystal is my mole. I don't think that I'm supposed to get the notification of chicks being there and exactly what comes in, and to like have that secret like connection. But I do, and I'm really grateful for it. And she's super sweet to have done so. So I'm going to pull out a chick or two, and we're going to talk about what we think they are. And chicken people, by all means. I brought the whole brooder up here. You saw that if you joined from the beginning. Come here, you. Come here. Okay. This is a little tiny redhead. And I know a lot of people have sent me the thing about check the feathers. They look like that. Okay. If you don't catch it on day 3, this is not day 3, this is like day 7 or 8 of their life, you don't get to see it. But if anybody knows what kind of chick this might be, sorry, baby, it has feathered feet, and it looks a little frizzly on the feet, not on the wings though. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Calm down. You think it's a male? I don't know if it's a male. What are you looking at? Just getting down? So this one is pretty dang social and is already getting little tiny tail feathers. You can't see that. Why is the camera so weird on this today? Lester's done something with the settings, I think. I'm sorry to show you a chicken behind, but those are little feathers that are coming out. And that means that she's growing really fast, actually. But their fuzz is going away. You really think male? I can't name it Ruby. I could do Lucy. Like Lucy from I Love Lucy. Okay, Lucy. So this is a Lucy then. I see a lot of people saying definitely Lucy. So, okay, you can go back. Next up, come here, you. I got chairs in the way. Okay, this is actually the one that I think is a rooster. Why? I don't know. It just has a look on its head. It's the biggest one out of all of my chicks. It's still a bantam, so it's about half the size of a normal chick. Very interested in what's going on here. So it has, oh, sorry, baby. Black with a little bit of flecks of some gold. It has also furry feet. Just starting to get feathers in there. Doesn't have tail feathers in yet, but definitely has a red head to start. You want to call this one Pea Pat? Okay, we will call this chicken Pea Pat. I love it. You are a Pea Pat. He's very into all the things, and he's first out all the time. And I say he. I don't know if it's a he or a she. All right, so we have a Lucy and a Pea Pat. All right. Okay, go back in. I already did you. This one will jump out. Will jump out of the brooder and jump into my hands, and is actually very fond of being held. And I love this one a lot. So this one has red on the back, almost iridescent feathers, which is kind of crazy. I can see that around her eye is getting dark underneath there, so I don't know what to expect about that. She does have feathers on her feet. They all but one have feathers on the feet. And she's super sweet, like really sweet. Uh-oh. They're calling her to come back. You want me to call this one Penny? I like Penny. My best friend's name is Penny. Look at the fur back here that's coming off. The feathers that are growing in have like this. Really cute. Really, really cute. Oh, Pippi. I like Pippi. Okay, we'll go with Pippi. Look at how cute. I'm sorry. This one has like stolen my heart. Pippi, as in Longstocking. Pippi Longstocking is coming into your world. Yep, I like this one a lot, y'all. Okay. Okay, so we have Lucy. I forgot the second one's name. Lucy and Pippi. Pea Pat. How could I forget Pea Pat? Come here. All right, this one sings a lot. Also looks very similar to Pippi that we just got out, except for, I don't know if you can see that or not. I see a little comb forming right there. Now, that doesn't mean 100% that we have a male, but this one has whiter feathers. Let's show them. With some brown flecks. Also some dark shading that's coming in underneath the white. Oh, I like Dolly. I like Dolly. We haven't had a Dolly. But is very patient in my holding. Almost patient. See the difference in the face? How it like, there's a bridge right here that's different than the other chick. And I'm not saying it's not the same breed because I don't know. This is the reason that they're going to have to graduate from my office because of this one right here. This one sings. I can't name it Goldie. My most favorite chicken on earth was Goldie, and I still don't ever even know what happened to her. I like Daisy. I like that. Daisy. You going to be a Daisy? Oh, yeah, sit down. Daisy's done. Daisy's like, put me back. It's cold out here. I'm going to put you back. All right. Who's coming with me? All right. This is the last yellow chick, but this one has very different things happening. This one also is super active all the time. And whenever you see the next video that comes out of chickens, probably like this weekend, you'll see this one has the cutest temperament when it comes to everybody else inside the coop. So this one's tall, very tall. You can see the feathers on her feet, and you can also see that she is like a very sheeny white, almost like a buff color. I hope it's a girl, because look at the wings here. They're silverish and really pretty. Oh, they want to name you Betty White. I don't know if she's going to be a white chicken or if she's going to be like a pastel. She has very fluffy cheeks, which is turn. Look at the cheeks on this one. She looks mad. She's not mad. She's actually one of the friendliest ones that we have. And she's getting the most feathers on her feet out of anyone. And they're curling up, and it's crazy how long that they are. But the fluff around the eyeballs is what cracks me up. Okay. Look at, she's like a beard growing underneath each eyeball. And if anybody knows what type of chicks these are, by all means, tell me. Oh, you pooped in my hand. Gross. Thank you. Give me 1 second here. We got to have a cleanup. Clean up on that floor. Okay. So that was Betty White. Betty White literally pooped in my hand. Super great. Super awesome. Way to be on live there, Betty. All right. Who's next? You. This is the tiniest one and should be, I think, a Nate. This should be a Sarama. Now, it may not have the same colors as Nate, but it should be a Sarama hen. I think. It has very unique markings with the stripes on its head like that. And then look. There's like definite patterns in this one. This is also the only one that doesn't have any fur on its feet. And the tiniest. This is half the size of the others. I see Natalie, Bitsy. Oh, I like Bitsy. Don't poop, okay? Thanks. That'd be super great if you could not do that. Nadine, Peanut, Nugget, Trinket, Sparrow. You think it looks like a sparrow? Oh, you like that name, Sparrow? I don't know. I think I like Bitsy, y'all. Or Kate. Oh, Nate and Kate. Okay. We'll go with Kate. You can be Kate. Is that okay with you? Her eyes look so different than the rest. Like the markings that surround it. And then the top also. Just very different. Extremely different. Oh, Cricket. This is hard, y'all. Really hard. And then to think that if we hatch more, we're going to have to come up with names for them too. All right. I'm going with Kate for this one because Kate and Nate, that's really cute. And Yeah, I like Kate. Okay. Are we at 5? That means only 3 more, right? Get off my hand. She will not leave my hand. Okay. Who's left? You're definitely left. Come here. Come here. Right? Did we do you already? Hold on a second here. We did all the yellows. We did you. We didn't do you yet. Okay. This is the second smallest one. And it does have furry feet. And it is super fuzzy. Like super fuzzy wuzzy. But has the neat markings around the eyes. Also, oh, you're going to stretch out your feathers to show them. Look at how handsome and pretty. This is a little bit bigger than Kate. Don't leave me. Has some red on top. Oh, you can't eat me and leave. You're here for just a smidge. Just a smidgen. Oh, I like half pint. I like half pint. Can you be a half pint? Will that work for you? Oh, okay. You like it? I'm so excited. She's like, yeah, bring me back. Isn't it funny how they are born, they're hatched, and they require nothing from a mother? They just figure it out on their own. But if you've watched chicks with a mother before, they learn so much from a mother just as well and follow her everywhere. And like, it's so dynamically different to have this versus having a mom raise them. Yep, I like half pint. You get to be half pint. Is that okay? Okay, let's get you back. I see that you're ready to go. Okay. Who's left? This is a problem. You're the biggest. You're already done. Wait, did I just do you? Hold on a second here. Yeah, I just did you. All right, this one's also very tiny, probably third in size. Oh, what happened? Okay. Look at the beautiful wings. Kind of dusty on the outside. This one also is fuzzy, similar, like fuzzy like a duck. So fuzzy. Has feathers on her feet. Has a little touch of red hair, but has white shoulders. And a white, whoop. I hope somebody's making a list for me. What do you want your name to be, huh? What are you thinking? Who would you like to be called? They want to call you Dusty. Do you like Dusty? Not sure about Dusty. I'm not calling her hairy feet. She's scared. Scared to be away from her friends. And Ethel? You think she's an Ethel? I'm looking at all the names. A lot of people say Dusty. Like a lot. All right. We do need an Ethel, though. See the uniqueness of her beak? She has like a extra point thing on her beak. I'm not sure what that is at all. I need to look that up. Isn't she cute? I'm still reading. All right, Ethel. It'll be Ethel. You get to be Ethel. You have a friend named Lucy in there. Yeah. Do you see that thing on her beak? What is that? It's not like a cross beak. It just looks like it's something that needs to be clipped off, to be honest. See that? I don't know what that is. Anyway, an egg tooth? That's what that is? Or is that a name you're trying to suggest? That's an egg tooth. Well, what do you do with an egg tooth? I didn't know that chickens had teeth, but... Oh, you use it to peck out of the shell. Does it go away? It falls off. Okay. Well, Ethel, you're about to be beautiful soon, I promise. All right, there's one more I got to figure out. Who's left? Who hasn't been in front of the camera yet? You have. I'm pretty sure it's you. Right? Come here. Did I already show you? Stop freaking out. It's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. Okay. Last one, y'all. This one looks very similar to the large one. Very similar. Like same markings across the eye right here, but has a much wider breast and cross body wing thing. And has, okay, beautiful wings like that. Seems that will be a mostly dark chicken. I don't know if she'll have different things on her chest. Definitely has a comb forming at the top, different than some of the others. Feathers on her feet. And doesn't want to be here. Would really like to go back to her home. I like her little red hair. And I love her eyeliner. I can't name them boy names because what if it jinxes it? Like, what if that makes it true? Okay, we're going to get you a name and then you can go back, okay? We're going to get you a name. We already have a Lucy, y'all. I know what you're saying, Fred and Ethel. We already have a Lucy and an Ethel. Ricky is female. Do you want to be Ricky? Did you just say no? She's like, yeah, I'll be any. No, she shook her head no twice. Not Ricky. Okay. Okay, you're so mad. This is a feisty S1, y'all. Ophelia. Hazel. Tansy. Abby. I'm glad y'all got good names because we got more chicks to name in a few days anyway. I do like Hazel. That is kind of cute. She's got a hazel tone to her. Okay, Hazel it is. You get to be Hazel. Okay, meet Hazel. So we don't have a theme, which is okay. Okay, you're going back in. Holy moly. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Lester's screaming Ricky. Think about the names for the next, hopefully 11 that we're going to hatch. Agatha. That's cute. What will I do with all the ones that turn out to be roosters? I will see if the family needs roosters. So Steph and Buddy just lost their rooster. And I know that I think someone else did too. And if not, then I will try to rehome them. I will do my best to convince Lester that they stay, especially if they're innate. Like if that little one is a male, I don't want to let it go. I will not make soup with my roosters. That's not gonna happen. I couldn't do that. Do you know that when I first got chicks that I couldn't even I like was scared to eat the eggs the first time? It took me a couple months to be able to work up the courage to eat the eggs. And then I was hooked and loved them and like never turned back. But I was nervous and I don't know why. Like I eat eggs all the time, but to have them come from my chickens was like, what if they're bad? What if it was like their first laying? I'm like, what if they're not right? Or what if they get mad that I take them? I've come a long way. I will eat the eggs. But yeah, I'm really excited to have chicks again in my life. I am handling these every day. It may not seem like it. I'm handling them every day. There are some that are certainly becoming my favorites because they're very interested. I have not given them mealworms yet, so that'll be a fun adventure to be able to do. They will spend about 6 to 8 weeks in the brooder, and the brooder is this. I'm showing you my mess. The brooder is this little farm-looking thing. It's kind of neat. It can open from the top, or it has sliding barn doors on it. It also is well vented. It has the food and water hangers, and then it also has a heater that is not like a heat lamp. It's a warmer, so it's very safe. There's no there's very little fire risk. It's basically the same warmer as like a electric blanket. So they'll stay there for like 6 to 8 weeks, and once they outgrow that, then they will move to a coop that will have a run and will be covered until they get bigger. I have much to do on the actual big run and the big space outside, but I'm working on like a teenage like a halfway house. I'll call it a halfway house for the next step from here. So when we had the chickens the first time, I loved them, but I didn't get to really do all of these parts. And then the next chicks after that, the mamas would have like Goldie finally became a mom. And that was like the sweetest thing ever. And then after that, the chickens that would have, babies and stuff like that was always just fun to watch, which is why I wouldn't be sad about a rooster, because they're really fun to watch. And eggs aren't getting any cheaper. And I'm hoping that I can evolve to have a little farm stand down at the end of the road, and that that might be, something for produce or things like that. Last year I, put a free farm stand out. I'm not saying that I would ask for a lot of money or anything like that, but I would want to maybe put up like a donation box or something like that. And then if people really needed it and didn't pay for it, then I wouldn't be disappointed, but also paying a blessing forward, or, just thinking like way forward. They will probably not be laying eggs until the fall, I think. And bantams lay very small eggs. So the other ones are the ones that are going to come in clutch. I saw eggs today for $9.52 for a dozen, and that like solidified my chicken situation that's going on. An honesty box. Yes. Thank you, Michelle. I don't want to sit down at the end of my road and monitor things or anything like that. I just want people to be honest. And then if we do something like that, I would have to chain it to the gate, like chain the stand itself to the gate or to our columns or something like that. And just see what happens. But that's like super future. That's not today. Today, I'm just enjoying raising baby chicks and hoping that I can figure out what kind of chicks that they are so I can, this is bad. Don't listen, Lester. So I can see which ones I don't have and work on my collection. I'm kidding. I'm not adding any more chicks or chickens or anything like, I'm not. This is it. This and what's going to hatch, or that's, we are good on chickens. Maybe. So I'm reading some comments here. How does Hank do with the chicks? Great. Honestly, completely great. He is annoyed that they're on, like right now they're on the counter. They've been in my office, and he's 100% does not care when they're in my office, but when they're on the counter, they're in his way and disrupts his pattern of walking on the counters. So he does get annoyed by that. But they've been living on my office floor and have been doing well. The one we have to work on is Christmas. So Christmas came from the streets and probably lived off of chickens that were running around in there. And we're working on that. She is obsessed. She lays in my office and stares at them like all day. She will usually, she went with Lester tonight. She usually will skip out on going with Lester because she wants to stay and stare at the chickens. And I have been sitting her every time that I go to get them out. I take them and I rub them on her. I put them on her head, and she's never snapped or anything like that. But she sits there licking her dang lips, and it makes me really nervous. But I want to desensitize her in the way that we did with Mabel. So Mabel was the first cat that Stella and Christmas didn't chase. And now she's just one of them, and that they just respect her, all of that. So I want them to get used to the chick. Stella doesn't care. Stella's like, yeah, cool. Like she is not interested, but Christmas, for whatever reason, is obsessed with them. The other dog who will not allow, if she's in the house, that will not allow Christmas near them is Fiona. So Fiona, of course, loves Miss Pat's chickens, and so does Millie. But Fiona will not, like, if Christmas is in there, Fiona will put herself between Christmas and the coop. So that kind of tells me that Christmas's intentions are not good. But we're going to work on that. We're going to work on that. The actual chicken area behind the greenhouse is 67 foot by 22, something like that, or 28. I don't remember the depth, but it's very big, and it will have, it will be completely enclosed when it's done. We're not there yet. We've had some crazy weather and projects and all kinds of things going on, but it will be completely enclosed, and that means the top as well. So I feel safe in that. I'm sure that we'll have to make modifications, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of things, that we learn from this. But I'm also excited because a lot of people are like, grain's really expensive. So it is, but feeding, I'm just going to call it 19, 20 chickens. I think that we'll probably end up with like 15 or 16 chickens, but either way, feeding that many chickens is less than feeding a longhorn or a horse. And I'll also be able to give them the leftovers from my garden, which is going to be awesome and very helpful. And then that way, I'll be able to like recycle their poop as well and make tea as fertilizer. And that's going to be just an awesome thing to have on top of the eggs. And chickens don't eat a ton. They really don't. And they're good for insects. I'm excited about that. And then I'm also excited for when the garden is done, that I'll put all the dogs up, and I will put the chickens in the garden to clean out the garden, which will be awesome. So awesome. So I think it's going to be a really fun adventure, and I'm so glad that y'all are here for it and excited with me for it, because it is really fun. It's fun to watch them. It's fun to take guesses on who's going to be what, and see what happens. I would die a little if I have 8 roosters in here. That would be horrible odds, actually. But it's going to be a good time, and I'm thankful that that y'all helped me name them. I will have to watch this video and go back and start putting little bands on them or name tags or something like that to be able to figure out who's who. Y'all are talking about egg prices in here. It's insane. And I know that they're talking about the bird flu and that's the cause and everything, but I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I know it's an impact, but I'm not so sure that that's like the full reason. Teresa sent me her names. Thank you. When are the rabbits coming? That is a Lester question. I have embarked on the chicken space, and when I got the okay, let's do it, I dove in, and I was hatching, and I was perfectly okay, and then all of a sudden, Crystal from Tractor Supply called, and here we were. Kimberly says, I think there's like 3 or 4 males in there. We'll see. It's hard to tell, you know. Am I going to get the omelet back? So no, Megan told me that she's using the omelet, and that's okay. I have some other things that are planned for the halfway house. I don't think that I don't think any of these are silkies. I would love some silkies. We had a silkie in the very first batch that we had, and something got it a few weeks after we got them. And that was like, again, I didn't even know what I had, or I had no idea. An omelet is a chicken tractor. It's a portable chicken coop the one that we had was made for about 3 hens, and it's on wheels, and you literally move it to different parts in the yard to allow them to aerate your yard and to be in different places throughout the day. The silkie that I had then was white, and that was long before we were making videos about, like, it was the very beginning. It was the first time that I had ever actually seen chicks in my life. And Lester and I were at Tractor Supply after a date. And I'm talking early on. I didn't even live here. We were still dating. It was before the sanctuary was even established. That's how long Nate's been with us, y'all. And I don't even remember if we got 6 or 8 chicks, but we came home with some, and Goldie was one of them. Nate was one of them. There was a silkie, and I have no idea what the rest were, but Goldie and Nate were the 2 that lived from that batch. And at some point in time, we acquired other chickens, and I don't even, like, there's pieces of our timeline that I don't remember. I don't think that we ever got any more chicks ever again. I think that we got some grown chickens that someone gave to us. And then Goldie started to, wait. There was a chick. I remember now. She was a silver laced Wyandotte, and her name was Stella. I remember her. She lived for a while. It could be, and a reason I remember her is she and Goldie would fight over who got to sit on the eggs. I think that was called like 2 chicks and one bed or something like that. I actually made a video about that. People sent us chickens. So a guy named Doug sent us a partner for Nate. Her name was Joan, and she was so sweet and cute. And she had no idea she was little. I would love to find, which is why I got that little one. There were no other little ones there. If that's a female and could be a partner to Nate, then Nate's coming over to hang out with Kate, and the world will be so much, back to like Nate will have a partner again that's his size. Because what was happening is that Goldie would get broody and sit on her eggs, but Nate was our only rooster and couldn't fertilize Goldie's eggs, so she would sit on them forever and be broody. We had some predator problems and I know we lost Stella, and I don't remember, man, that we also got into geese and ducks, man, and there were 3 ducks. It's been a long time. I have to go back and see. I remember the 3 ducks because outside of Adam or Steve came to us as ducklings already. And the 3 ducks I got at Tractor Supply about a year later, I also got 6 geese. And I think then someone sent us more geese because I had 5 males and 1 female. Yeah, it's been a long time, a really long time. But I'm excited for this. I'm hopeful that we could bring Nate here after we get everything all set up and then just see what's what and figure it out. I have sincerely missed having feathered babies, and Goldie was the most amazing chicken. I brought her in the house with me. She would sit on the edge of the bathtub while I took a bath and talk to me. She would allow you to pick her up anytime. She was stunningly beautiful. She was a gold lace Wyandotte Cochin chicken, and she had furry feet and just the most lovely personality ever. She would come up to you. She would talk to you when it was time to do the egg dance, and she would sing her little song. She would be so proud of her eggs, and she was such a good mama. Oh, she was a good mama. We had people that brought us other chickens and roosters over the years, and I've never connected with anything like I did Goldie. She was so special. So special. Is Jean still around? I think I saw Jean when I was there about a month ago. But Megan has so many chickens that I don't know who's who at all. I know who Rocky is, and I know who Nate is, and of course I know who Cornholio is. Definitely no geese. You know what, Ginger? I thought that I heard Lester say that maybe some geese at the JL North would be neat on the pond out there. I don't know. Pamela, we don't. So the thing about ducks here, I'm nervous because of Christmas. Like, full transparency. Christmas is got some retriever in her, which is very natural to want to retrieve things. But her past, she had to be a hunter to survive, and I'm just nervous for things that would be out and about. I also here don't want any geese or ducks because I don't want them to make their way up to the shop or garage, and I don't want that. Oh my gosh, Michelle says, good news, Bree posted her video. Oh boy, y'all. I hope she left in all the parts. I hope she did. Swans would be beautiful, Lisa, but swans are expensive. Have you ever looked into how expensive swans are? They're insane. Like, really insane. Like, I had no idea until I looked at it a few years ago, and I was like, well, that's never going to happen. Because the thought of buying swans and then thinking about predators, I don't think they make swan insurance. I'll say that. Casper's DNA is not back yet, Gary. And I have not heard from his owner this week to see how he's doing. So I'm assuming no news is good news on that front, and that they're just figuring out life together. Jack is the peacock that is still there, and he does visit Pawpaw a lot. In fact, Jack has summoned females and other males from places that no one knows, and they come and go. And you know what's funny is that the Plum Grove property has always had animals that have come and gone. The gray goose, or Aunt Lydia, is one that is still a mystery to us. She just showed up one day and she made home and she's never left. Pablo. Domingo was a bird that would come and see us every single year and sometimes would bring friends, which was really cool. We've had a lot of Muscovies just show up, like randomly just show up. So kind of cool. I'm looking here. Questions are going by fast. Jack is extremely handsome. Yes, like stunningly handsome. Oh, the dove. Yeah, we had a dove that showed up. We had a pigeon as well that showed up. Her name, Ellie named her Hope. She was a white bird, and she was definitely like someone's specialty caged pet that just showed up. No more turkeys. Yeah, I don't. Cornholio will be a part of us, but we have struck out so many times with females that's not going to work. Diablo was Pablo's evil twin, and Diablo was evil, like so mean, so mean. I do miss Joan for Nate. I do. Hold on a second here. Am I going to make Lex a birthday cake? I have not asked Lex what kind of thing that he wants for his birthday, or Connor. I usually let them pick. One year Lex wanted cookies. Connor likes white cake. I don't know. I'll ask what they want and go from there. Just reading a few more here. Tori says, I love Diablo, that little jerk. He was such a jerk. He would try to drown Pablo and Adam or Steve. Brenda says, cupcakes are awesome. I love cupcakes. So I can't put any duck houses down by the river because it's so steep that I can't get there. And we have a lot of, there are a lot of, I'll call them river ducks. I don't even know what they are. They're not mallards. They're something I've never seen before that hang out on the river. Where did Pablo come from? Pablo showed up one day. And Pablo was the most friendly Muscovy duck ever. Pablo would eat dog food and come in the house and have coffee with us. You could love on Pablo and hold him upside down like he was so special. Did I hear the song for Voodoo and Dixie? I did not. Someone would need to send that to me. Dirt cake is amazing, Tina. I haven't had dirt cake in a long time. You know what's weird about everybody on Marrow Hill? No one likes chocolate. 0 people eat chocolate. Or anything that is different. So there's that. Dirt cake is made with Oreos. It's really good. It's crumbly. Oh, it's really good. You have to look up dirt cake. Look up a recipe. So good. When does my mom come back? I don't know. We were just talking about it. She's got some time off coming up. And I also, though, am wanting to go visit Xander and Kendra. Xander doesn't have a lot of time off or anything like that. So I'm trying to time all of that out. We have a busy couple of weekends coming up. Renee puts gummy worms in her dirt cake. So when I was a kid, dirt cake, it would, like when somebody would bring it for their birthday party at school, it would be in cups and it would have a gummy worm coming out of the top and it would have the cream in it and then the crumbled cake. So good. It is fun. Oh, she made dirt cake. Kimberly made dirt cake, but with vanilla. Now, the Marrows would love that. Maybe I'll think about that. If you have the vanilla recipe, you can send that to me. That would be stellar. Gary says, are you getting the horse that someone wants to give you? I'm very torn right now about anything. I feel like we have, I don't want to say balance in the pasture, but I have some unsteady things in the pasture here, meaning that there's not a defined leader right now. And I think my animals are grieving, if you want to know the truth. Everybody's just trying to figure out their way and their space. And also, as the grass is coming up, I'm, realizing what else we need to do to repair these pastures from the past 2 droughts and the, massive floods and all of that. And then thinking about the JL North, obviously there's space, but there is a balance between Rita and Roman as well. And I'm thinking very hard on this. That's just what I'll say. I don't have a no, but I also don't, it wasn't an immediate yes. And it's a very healthy, beautiful horse. And I guess this sounds silly. If Voodoo was still here, it would have been easier to say yes. And that's where, like, I just don't know. I just don't know. And timing is absolutely everything. And I just don't know. So we're still talking about it. I'll say that. Oh, somebody made dirt cake in little flower pot. That's a cute idea. See, Lex wouldn't get into that. Lex is way more like, this sounds silly. Just make him some ramen noodles or take him to Cece. Like, Lex is not really a dessert kid. He is a, well, pancake and bacon kid and shrimp and rice kid. Jake did end up with Big Boy, and I think that that's working out really well. I had a really hard time saying no to Big Boy, but I just felt like that at that time, I was not in the mental place to add anything new. And I'm not saying that I am today, but I knew that our herd was not in the place to have disruption. And there's a lot to think about, to be honest. And I want every animal, not just mine, not just people that I know. I want every animal to have its best life. And I also have to be able to recognize that if it's not with me, that it's okay to say no. So we'll work on that. But Chiquita says, I'm with Lex. Rather have shrimp and rice. Not me. I'd rather have the dessert. You can have all the food that you want to. I'll just have some dessert. Yeah, the herd dynamic is there's nothing wrong. There's no chaos. There's no, there's none of that. There is a little bit at food time of like figuring out who goes where, but part of that is my own fault because I've been feeding behind the shop where it's flat instead of on the hill because we've had so much rain that it's been sloppy. So everybody previously had their go-to spot and would walk up and everything was good. And I've caused a little disruption in trying to preserve the pasture and make sure that nobody else is sliding on the hill because it's been so dang muddy. But it's not bad. It's just like figure it out and then everybody's good. And other than that, like it's all as well. And it's really hard to think about like if I brought someone else in, what would happen? And I don't know. I don't think I'm there yet. Anyway, I've been talking for over an hour tonight and y'all helped me name 8 chicks already, which is awesome. And I'm grateful that you sent them to me. And I'm excited that the others are going to hatch in a few days. I kind of want to do a long live stream whenever they hatch. So kind of look out for that. That should be this weekend. The only caveat to that is if it's also the day of the birthday party, I'm going to be in trouble because there'll be so much chaos that's happening here. I don't even know if anybody, I have no idea who's coming to the birthday party. I like told Lester today, I'm like, I kind of need a head count for food and figure out because if it's 10 people or 20 people, like I will always overcook, always. But I like to be able to like have I like to host and I like to have a lovely display of food and I like to kind of make it a little bit extravagant. And I'm actually still debating on the menu as a whole. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I love y'all so much. I'm going to let you go because I still have some things to do today, whatever it is. I drank 2 sips of my coffee. So I'm going to heat that back up as I build tomorrow's video, which is a really good one because some wild and crazy things happened today In the meantime, go check out Life on Marrow Hill. Tell Bree you love her and you're so sorry for her, and go ahead and have a laugh at her too. So I love you all so much. I hope you stay safe, that you stay well. If the storms are headed towards you, you're in for it. Thanks for helping me name my babies tonight and for being so supportive and loving me even whenever I can't tell people no. And yeah, here we are. Good night, y'all. Thank you for joining Timeout Tuesday. We'll talk soon.